evening, everybody. My name is Dustin Donahue, and today I'm going to be giving a demonstrative speech on the basic weapons safety rules and basic weapons functions. First, I want to explain that with simple gun rules and the basic shooting, practicing, shooting weapons can be an enjoyable and safe pastime. First, I'm going to give you a quick history of where I've learned all my weapons safety rules and all my weapons training. 4 years I was enlisted in the Marine Corps. That's where I got the majority of all my weapons training. Currently, right now, I'm working as a security officer at the nuclear power plant, Fort County Station. They require us to carry a 9mm handgun, and also they require us to carry an AR-15 rifle. And also I've been an active shooter for approximately about 13 years now. First, I want to get into the 4 general safety rules, which are the same safety rules that we learned in the Marine Corps. The first rule is to never point a weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. The second safety rule is to treat every weapon as if it were loaded. The third safety rule is to keep your fingers straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire. The fourth safety rule is to keep your weapon unsafe until you intend to fire. With these simple rules, any person, if you abide by them, can follow the safety rules and go out and enjoy the time shooting. There's going to be 3 types of weapons I'm going to show you today that I have. The first one here is a Montgomery Ward. This one here is a Montgomery Ward pump action shotgun. It's a 12 gauge. Pump action meaning you have to pump the slide to cycle a shell into the chamber and able to fire it. Pump it back, which brings it into the chamber, and then slide it forward to seat it. This weapon here shoots a 12 gauge cartridge. Currently it has one safety feature. It's a internal trigger safety. When this knob here is placed back, that means it's in the safe mode. If you squeeze the trigger, it has a block in front of the firing pin, so you cannot shoot it. Once you press this safety forward, now you're ready to engage and shoot this weapon. Okay. The second weapon I would like to show you today is probably one of my favorites. This is a Beretta CX4 Storm. It's a .40 caliber carbine. The difference between a carbine and a rifle, there are a couple differences. Carbines, they tend to be a little bit shorter than a rifle. Barrels are a little bit shorter than regular rifles. And also, carbines tend to shoot a lower velocity round. This one in particularly shoots a .40 caliber round, which is a handgun round. It doesn't shoot a rifle round. It seats into a pistol magazine, much like a regular handgun. You feed them in there, and then you place it into the handle, and then you're ready to go. This weapon here has one safety as well. It's a different kind than the shotgun. It has a push button safety. One side of the push button is black, meaning it's on safe. If you attempt to squeeze the trigger, it's not going to work. Same concept as the shotgun. It has a block that's in front of the firing pin. Once you press this push button safety, it'll show you that there's a red side. And when it shows the red side, it means it's ready to fire. You know it's hot. You think it's hot if you see the red, so you know it's ready to fire. And like I said, this is probably one of my favorites. It's got a little flashlight and everything. The third type of weapon I'm going to show you is a Springfield Armory XD 45 caliber. Same concept as the Beretta there. Shoots a pistol round out of a magazine like this. This one holds 14 rounds. It seats in there just like the Beretta. This weapon has 2 different safeties. A lot of the handguns nowadays, laws and stuff are mandating that they put more safeties and regulations on these type of guns. This is mainly used for ranges and stuff like that. It's mainly people have them for self-defense and home defense and stuff like that. The first safety on this one is a pressure switch safety in the back here. Once you press that in, it removes a block from the firing pin. Same concept. So that enables you, that way you have to have a firm grip on the weapon and able to squeeze the trigger. The second safety feature on this one is a trigger flap safety. This trigger flap safety is basically there to prevent anything from, a lot of people will have these in their holsters, and what this does is if you're drawing it from your holster, it prevents it from snagging and accidentally discharging, shooting your foot or your friend. This same concept, you have to have this in, and then you have to actually squeeze the trigger flap safety in, and then squeeze the trigger, and it's ready to fire. Okay. There are different types of ways to enjoy the weapons. One of them is hunting, which by living around out here in Nebraska, you can see there are plenty of people that like to hunt. Like with the shotgun here, it's a good one to hunt with. It's 12 gauge. There's also different kinds of shotguns. There are 16 gauges, 20 gauges. There's a variety of different rounds. They shoot different rounds like cartridges that shoot buckshot or birdshot or slugs, which are different for shooting different animals like deer or pheasant. Trap shooting is another event that you like to do. It's pretty fun to do. I've only done it one time. It is a lot harder than I thought. The first time I did it, I probably hit 2 out of 10. Wasn't very good at that. But what trap shooting is you have clay or porcelain discs, and they launch them into the air, and you have to track them, and then you have to try and shoot them out of there, break them before they hit the ground. Like I said, it's pretty competitive. It's an up-and-coming sport. A lot of people like to do it. I personally just don't have the patience for it. So, the third type of shooting activity is the shooting at a range. There are different kinds of ranges. One type of range is a static line range, meaning that everybody's in line and there's nobody in front or behind you. There's nobody in front of you, behind you, keeping everybody safe. Most of the time you're on a static line, you're shooting at paper targets. I've done that. This is the one event that I've done majority of the time I've done it. At my work, we have to do this every 6 months to qualify, so we have to do it quite a bit. And I've done it many times other than work too. Also, there's a tactical course too for the range. The tactical course, you're basically moving, so you usually do it one at a time. So, but it's also fun. I love to do it. But with these simple rules and safety guidelines I've given you, hopefully you will have a better understanding and feel more comfortable if you go out and shoot. Thank you.